Alright, tonight we did the review of the OG DNA by Monsta. This is a 27 ounce, 3500 handle end loaded model. This came out a while back. This is the M1 Tech and had a lot of swings on it. You can see here compression testing at 1200 before we started on the night. And again, we're using the ASA Tattoo NX3 softballs.
3, 2, 1, boom. Okay. Tonight's first bat was the OG DNA. We did 27 ounce bats tonight. First guy to swing this is Crooked Arrow. Hold on. All right, stiff handle, 3500.
Alright, I need to change up something on this video. As we go into this review, there was a lot of comments posted this week with Crooked Arrow and a lot of arguments back and forth about the bats and the performance coming into this. So I want to kind of lay some groundwork on what we're doing here. What you see in these videos, we're actually playing some one-on-ones. We're playing right now, it's the first battle is between Crooked Arrow and Jay. They do a one-on-one for 3 innings, and then we switch, and Stokey goes against myself with a one-on-one. I pitch to those two, and then Jay pitches to the two of us. So we're actually playing a game against each other. So we're trying to win the game, and then we take our top 5 swing results, exit velocity, and that's how we get our numbers. So we're putting everything we have into these swings. We're not just doing BP mode. We're swinging at strikes, so it calls balls and strikes. We're taking it, and we're taking balls and strikes in here, and we're putting our best swings that we can on these bats. So we're trying the game against each other. So we're chirping each other, and we're trying. So as much as we want each person to be successful and put up good numbers and square balls up, we're still competitive, and we're trying to do the best we can against each other. So as you'll see in here, these guys are giving it their all, and they're trying. We're not laying down on anything. We pay good money to be in these cages, so we're giving these things max effort, and we're trying to, I tell you guys to come in here with an open mind as we're hitting these things. And unfortunately, some of these things, a lot of these, I want to say a couple of these monster bats we've come in with, we've hit before. This OG DNA we're hitting tonight was my gamer prior, and the Fallout, I was using a Fallout before, and we've dug these things out of the closet, and we're giving these things a review. And I just think that maybe we were hitting some harder balls outside before the 52s became, the standard ball, and maybe we're hitting some 44s back then, but we just remember that they were, these bomb droppers back then, and now we're hitting them, knowing that back then they were these home run machines and these laser machines, and we come in here and we're putting them against, I don't want to say newer technology bats and stuff, and the gap is closed over the years, so the numbers don't jump like they used to, and the competition's a lot closer. So as we swing and we put these numbers up, we kind of maybe a little bit too much build up. I wanted to say hype, but that's just a terrible name that they use for a bat, because every time they work toward hype, everybody thinks about the Monsta hypes. But the hype coming into these maybe was a little bit too much, and the anticipation of these things was a little aggressive. And so I tell the guys, let's go into these things with an open mind. And tonight's reviews, when we did our roundup at the end, everybody was a little short because they were kind of caught off guard and not really knowing what to say. We're putting max effort onto these things, and sometimes it sounds a lot louder than the actual exit velocity is producing. So I told the guys, let's try not to be so harsh with comparing one bat to another, but just compare the bat to how it feels and to how it swings, instead of we do 2 bats a night instead of comparing one to the other. So moving forward, we're only going to swing the 1 bat and then do the video review of that one, then swing the next one, do that one, instead of doing 2 at the end of the night, so we don't get the 2 mixed up with each other and don't compare the 2. So just kind of talking over this as we swing these, and because our interviews on each person's talking points were very quick and very short on this. This was the 27 ounce end loaded OG DNA. It clacks. It's a Monsta with a fib in it, stiff handle, 3500 handle. and everybody basically said the same thing. Again, you hit the sweet spot, you hit it just right, sounds great, and the clack is there, and but the exit velocity is just a tick under where we're expecting it to be. Stokey here was hitting now was actually hitting this one. He got his decent numbers, decent to maybe higher numbers with this bat. So we'll post the numbers at the end of the week. After my next video, I think I'll put the numbers up so you can see where this one stacks up for us. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of give this one an overview as to how we're doing these and where, how we're set up to do these. You'll see the camera is on one side. If it's on the side it's on right now for the video, it's because they're using the lane on the other side of this net for the pitching lessons for the kids. And then we switch it back to the other side as soon as it's available. And I think that the other side's a better angle. We get to see the TV screen, and we can back it away from the screen a little bit, and so we don't have to worry about hitting it. We can get a little closer. So those are some of the questions I get of why we're on this side of the screen and not the other side, and trying to get the best angle we can for the camera, and what our format is. So it's always the same balls. It's the NX3 tattoos. So it's always the same ball. It's always the same machine and everything. We won't do a review unless the four of us are in there. So that's it. I just wanted to kind of give the overview on this. As far as the bat goes, I said it's the Monsta bat. It's got the clack going on in there. It's got a lot of swings on it. It's 1200 on the compression, and I'll touch on it again at the end here. But yeah, I just think, like I said, we have to kind of just review each bat and talk about that bat and how it performed for us, and not try to compare it to another bat or one that we've done prior or the other one we did that night. So we're learning as we go. So I appreciate the feedback I'm getting and the comments and stuff, and hopefully we can improve. But thanks everybody for your time. Thanks for watching. We'll look for more.
All right, so typical Monsta clack. We're getting the clack to work tonight. Things are slapping. You'll hear it on the video. Sound like we're murdering some of these balls, but the exit velocity was a little behind. We'll do our numbers and see. I want to say, maybe not so much like middle of the road, maybe a little higher than middle of the road.
All right, so that's what we have here as our roundup. As this video comes to a close, you'll see our ending compression here is just a touch under that 1200 mark now after we took our swings tonight with it. So, so that wraps it up for this one. OG DNA, 27 ounce. It was a good bat. The barrel was fine. No issues with hitting that. Any side, up and down the barrel, it was consistent. It was just a touch behind where I wish it would have been, as far as the exit speeds and for hitting that long ball. But that's it. We're moving forward with this list, and we got plenty more bats to do, plenty more stuff coming up. So thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.